today, let's take it on a bit of a more serious note. You guys answer, okay? I don't see any answers except from Nadeem. He has answered already. The rest of you, please participate. It is a little bit of a trick question here. So if you don't know, yeah, Julian says eat less food and throw the rest away. But I thought eating less food, see the one that I circled, can help to conserve energy, can or not? Okay. Well, to identify or narrow down to the answer, we probably want to look at all the options, right? We want to look at use solar powered cars. Because using solar powered cars use the sun's energy. So we do not use petrol and burn fossil fuels. Therefore, we save energy. Okay? Because burning petrol to run or power the cars is actually wasting our fossil fuels, and fossil fuels are non-renewable energy, which if depleted, we cannot create more. Then we run into a problem where energy is being depleted and we cannot replace them. So we want to move away from non-renewable sources to renewable sources. And this is one good example where I think you guys are living in a great era, which is the era where our cars are moving away from. Who wants to answer the question? You can unmute yourself and just shout it out. Everybody, let everybody hear what's the answer to this question.
Petrol.
Yeah, we're moving away from petrol to what?
To electrical cars.
Yes, okay, electrical cars. Unfortunately, not really solar powered. The best case scenario will be solar powered. I think we will get there one day, maybe when you guys are adults or when you have children, maybe, because, you know, capturing the sun's light is a tricky affair. And then imagine you don't have enough sun's energy in your car and then you stop halfway. So it's still a problem, isn't it? Though it is a wonderful solution, it is not the end-all solution, because we're still running into problems like how do we capture all the sunlight enough to run the car for 2 days, let's say, or to be able to last from your trip from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, for example, right? So that could be a problem. And if there's no sun for the last 2 days, okay, it's been raining, then how? We run into a problem. If the country you are living in doesn't have much sunlight, you are in winter and the sunlight is very scarce, then how? We could run into a problem. So scientists are trying to figure this wonderful problem where we hope to have solar, because solar energy is free. Okay, it's never ending source of energy, but yet we cannot use it to power a lot of things unless it's something that is not so consequential in terms of running a car and you stop a car in the middle of the road. Maybe to heat up water at home, for your water heater to heat up and you shower in hot water, maybe it's possible. Why? Why is it possible? Why is it not as critical as a car? Anyone? Unmute yourself, just give me the answer. I'm saying solar energy might be a solution to heat up water at home, to shower, but not really a solution yet to power our cars. Why? I already gave the answer a few minutes ago. Don't know. You can also raise your hand if you are.
The solar energy may not be enough for the car to move.
Okay. What about the heater question? Why is it enough for showering then? Because you shower for 10 minutes only? Is that the answer? Okay, that
because when you on the heater, the water is really hot.
Yes. So you can shower until the water is hot. Then when the water becomes cold, you can stop showering. It doesn't matter. It's not like a car problem where you stop in the middle of the road and you scratch your head not knowing what to do, how to move the car, right? Whereas in a shower situation, if there was a sunlight problem and you couldn't heat up water, it's not the end of the day. You either don't shower or you go to the swimming pool or you shower in cold water. Obviously, you can shower in cold water. There's nothing wrong with that. So you still can get your work done. However, to move a car, if you run out of energy, how are you going to move that car? Are you going to push it? Okay, that is considered breakdown already. Then you cannot move the car anywhere. So it's a big problem. Imagine all the cars on the road start stopping. Okay, so that's why solar energy is used in certain industries where the problem of lack of energy is not so critical, whereas in other solutions, though we would love to have it, is still not ready yet. Okay, it's very similar to the problem of electrical energy being used in the cars. You may ask, why wasn't electrical energy used, or electric cars used 40 years ago? Why is it only now that they must use electric energy? Same problem, right? That means 40 years ago, the students who were students 40 years ago, like me, say for example, today you are saying solar energy is difficult. Maybe 40 years ago, I was sitting there and saying, oh, electrical energy is so difficult. It's so difficult to generate enough battery power to power a car. Okay? That was the past. It was not possible. But right now, we have batteries everywhere. Portable, chargeable, handphones, charging, laptops, easy to charge. So batteries have advanced. So we have created batteries that can be charged so much that it can run cars. Whereas in the past, when I was a student like you, I was sitting there and asking my teacher, why can't we have electric cars? My teacher will answer me, well, we don't have a battery that can charge up so much. Imagine you drive and your battery is already discharged. You need to charge again, right? So that's the problem that we had 40 years ago. Fast forward 40 years and we are now in an era where batteries are much more advanced. We can create such a big battery to put in the car. You charge it, you can run for 300 kilometers, 400 kilometers. That's good enough. Okay. How far is Singapore from Kuala Lumpur? That will give you a gauge of how far the car can last, right? The battery. How far is Singapore away from Kuala Lumpur? Who knows the answer? Nobody knows. It's a general knowledge question, right? You know how far your school is from your home? Do you know in kilometers? Answer me. Just answer. My school is blank kilometers from my home. This is the problem with students, right? You go every day, but you don't know how far it is. Funny, funny, funny world. How far is the bus stop from your home? That you know? How many minutes does it take to walk to the bus stop? You can type in if you're shy to chat, if you're shy to talk. Those who are brave to talk, you can just shout out the answer, no problem. Because everyone is going to enjoy hearing your answer, even the shy ones. And the shy ones are going to start feeling, hey, I can unmute and say something as well. So I'll notice that by the time we reach halfway through this lesson, we might have more answers coming in. Because you all are now a bit uncomfortable, not comfortable yet, right? It's okay. Nobody's going to kill you for answering. Nobody's going to
The land is 355 km.
Where? Where?
From Singapore to Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, what's your name?
Shanmu.
Hi, Shanmu. Thanks. You quickly made a Google search, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. That's the brilliant part of answers at your fingertips. When I ask you a question, it doesn't mean the answer should be in your head. Okay? Nobody expects, those people who are prime ministers or ministers, do you think they have all the answers in their head? That's why they became ministers? No. It's because they know how to find the answers. And like Shanmu, he knew, even though he didn't know, he knew where to go look for it, and then he managed to say it. Did I punish him? Did I say, you use Google, cannot? How can I say cannot, right? Even I'm sure you know that teacher like me or teacher like your science teacher in class, everybody uses Google to find out answers to questions that we do not know about. That's perfectly okay. Okay, just like a dictionary. You don't know the meaning of a word, you can look for the dictionary, right? Do I expect you to know the meaning of every single word in the world? Are you that much of a genius? Even I'm not a genius. So don't worry about Googling. Okay, just find the answer. Now at least the whole class knows going to KL is about 355 kilometers thanks to Shanmu. Thank you, Shanmu. So the rest of you can do the same when I ask a question later. All right. We spent quite some time on question 1 already. So that's just using solar powered cars. Then when you switch off all electrical appliances when not in use, obviously, this is very good. You are saving energy, right? This is very, very straightforward. Take public transport instead of driving your own vehicle. Yes, you save your energy because although, many students ask, but sure, bus also runs on petrol. Car also runs on petrol. How we save energy? Well, if 100 people are in the bus and you run one bus versus 100 people trying to take their own cars, how much energy do you waste? That's the answer. Okay, so you save by coming together to take one vehicle. So you share. So you save, right? And finally, eat less food is saving energy, but then throwing the rest away is the problem because the food has already been cooked. Now you are wasting. So this is wasting energy because you are cooking using heat energy. Okay, but then you are throwing it away and it's not being used at all. So that is the wasting part. So does not help. So answer is B. Okay. All right. The diagram below shows a sky lantern. Okay. So let's look at the object in the question is a sky lantern. A sky lantern is made of paper. All right. Just follow with me as I read and underline. It has a covered top and an opening at the bottom. Okay. So that when air rises, the covered top, okay, can be pushed up with the air and can bring this lantern to float upwards. So that's the reason for the covered top, this part. Okay. The bottom part is opening because you need to put something inside. Okay. So let's say you put this object inside. What is this called? Right? It is not a lighted candle. It is a candle. Okay. This is Ian has said his house is 5 minutes to the bus stop. Right. My house is 30 seconds to the bus stop because I have a bus stop just below my block. Okay. So yeah. Good. More answers coming in as you are thinking. Your thought processes are going slow. I asked like 5 minutes ago. By the time I'll have reached the bus stop, Ian. All right. So let's look at this question. You've got candle. Right. And then you've got a lighted candle. Can you see? Now it's lighted. Can you see? So, which one of the following correctly shows the energy changes when the candle lit and the sky lantern rises up into the air? So, let's start from the candle. The candle will have because of its wax. Okay, anything that can burn to provide you energy, like wax, is chemical potential energy. So, wax is chemical potential energy because it's a fuel that will burn as you light it. And the moment you light it, you're going to get light energy. And then because the obviously flame will be hot, you'll get heat as well. Am I right? So you're already on the way to your answer. Okay, you start with chemical potential energy, you get heat and light energy. Now this hot air is what is going to cause the lantern to rise. So can I draw some hot air inside the lantern? Can I do that? Okay, because hot air rises. Okay, why does hot air rise? Okay, hot air is less dense than air and it will rise. Anything that is less dense will rise. And as it rises, it will push onto this is a force that is pushing on the covered top. As long as this force is greater than the gravitational force, I think you guys learned forces. Now, the lantern will sit on the floor for as long as the gravity is holding it down, its weight. Until this hot air has enough energy to push the lantern up